Hello, everyone. My name is Brady Rhodes, and I'm the Education Partnerships Manager in Indiana for EF Educational Tours. I'm really excited to be talking to you today. If you're getting this video and the attached project and lesson plan, then that means that you're a teacher who's working with EF to take students to Normandy for the 80th anniversary of D-Day this coming June. I used to be a teacher myself, and I also traveled as a teacher with my students with EF all around the world. So to give you just a little bit of context, I spent 13 years in education in the state of Indiana, 1 year as an administrator and 12 years in the classroom. The bulk of the time that I was serving in the classroom, I taught United States history, AP United States history, AP government, and econ. So I know this content pretty well. I would like to think if I were teaching those classes, and I'm excited to be able to utilize, those skills and hopefully bringing you a project that's going to be useful for your kids as you're preparing to depart. First thing I'll explain is the project itself. So what we have done at EF is we have identified all of the states that we have schools coming from. We have researched one individual, a soldier or a civilian from your state who was killed in action in Normandy. And we've identified that on this project list, as you can see. So what we have envisioned for your students to do is a few things. First, they can research the biographical information about the individual and their life before the war. Secondly, I think it's important for context for students to understand the service that these individuals performed before D-Day itself. And then also researching what happened to this person in Normandy and ultimately how did they lose their lives in service of their country. Also, I've asked that students try to find a picture of these people. And so what they're doing with this project is pre-work on one person. So I think that this will provide a good case study for students, provide a human element in them researching one individual from the state that they live in. So for the pre-work, after they've completed that, there are a series of reflection questions as well. The way that I would envision you using this is printing this off. The first page is going to be what they do in class beforehand on the research of the individual. And then on the back, there's an opportunity for them to complete reflection questions, either a little bit before they go on tour, at different points on tour, or if they want to, they can actually do it on the ground in Normandy. And especially the last question, I think it would be very important for them to find a moment of quiet, potentially at one of the sites that we visit in Normandy, or even on the bus in transferring between sites as well. And then also, I think that you can easily incorporate some discussion with your students around the individual while you're on the ground in Normandy. The second thing that you are being given is an actual lesson plan that I wrote for you. I've got the rationale for the project listed there. In the section for content standards, if this is something that you're looking to utilize with your administration, I did note that this aligns to College Board standards for several courses, but obviously we have students coming from all over the United States of America. And while your state academic standards are probably similar from state to state, they're not going to be identical. So that would really be the only section of this that if you're looking to turn it into administration, that I think you would have to do the work on your own. I also explained the central focus of the project in the lesson plan for you. I have the discussion questions listed there as well, and then the tasks that they're going to perform as assessment evidence for you. If you really do kind of want to extend this lesson and you want to give them the overview of the entire battle and context on what was going on with civilians in Normandy, what the French resistance was doing, I've got a few suggested documentaries that you could utilize as well. And so what I've tried to do is kind of get all of those resources in one spot for you. An important note for you, Uh, please screen the video resources before you utilize them in class. Obviously, we have lots of students in different age brackets. So there's going to be some content in there that if you're teaching juniors and seniors may be perfectly fine maturity-wise. But if you're teaching freshmen, you may want to adjust what you show in those video resources. Ultimately, I hope that this is useful to you. I want to thank you for everything that you are doing for your students in your schools. I will be there in Normandy with you guys. We will all collectively curate an unforgettable and impacting experience for your students. So, again, thank you so much. I hope that this is helpful, and I'll see you in Normandy in June. Thank you.